Hi, Lee. My name is Tara, though my friends call me Tartar. Don't ask. I wanted to start by saying how sorry I am to hear about your diagnosis. Please know that I'm keeping you in my prayers. Your channel has profoundly impacted my life since I discovered it. It's given me the courage to open up and share my own experiences with those closest to me. Just 3 weeks ago, I told my mom, dad, and younger brother about something deeply personal. A week later, I shared it with my husband and extended family. While I got a few surprised looks, most people seemed supportive overall. I can't help but wonder if they truly believed me or just thought it was my postpartum mind playing tricks on me. Either way, it felt like a huge weight lifted off my shoulders to finally talk about it. Now, as I write this, I'm trying to figure out how to explain something so profound, something that not everyone has experienced or could even imagine. So, I'll start from the beginning. In January 2021, I found out I was pregnant with our 4th child. From the very start, something about this pregnancy felt different. 2 months in, I was diagnosed with placenta previa, which, for anyone unfamiliar, means the placenta is positioned too close to the cervix. This increases the risk of complications like miscarriage. As challenging as that was, it turned out to be the least of our worries. We had the amniotic fluid tested, and the results suggested a high likelihood that our baby would be born with Down syndrome. I was terrified. The thought of raising a child with special needs at 40 filled me with questions and fears. Most of all, who would care for this child after I'm gone? The topic of abortion came up, but my husband and I quickly dismissed it because of our faith. Instead, I was put on bed rest and advised to avoid anything physically strenuous. Then, around the 7-month mark, I felt a sudden gushing sensation. I panicked and screamed for my mom to call an ambulance. I'll continue the story from here, but thank you for being a space where I can share this. Your work has been a beacon of light for so many, myself included. Warmly, Tara. To put it in less graphic terms, what I thought was my water breaking turned out to be a hemorrhage. I was rushed to the hospital, where they immediately prepped me for an emergency C-section. As they wheeled me into the operating room, I lost consciousness. The thing about dying, or coming close to it, is how surreal it feels to witness it. I remember floating behind my body as they brought me into the operating room. The doctor muttered some intense words before saying, "We're losing her. Get her cut open now. We have to deliver this baby before we focus on saving the mother." I watched them make the incision and deliver my tiny premature son. The doctor said he wasn't sure if the baby would survive and instructed the team to start life-saving measures on me. As they worked to stitch up my incision, one nurse was performing chest compressions while another gave me oxygen. It was surreal to see all of this unfolding. The last thing I heard the doctor say was, "We've got to shock her." At that moment, I felt myself being pulled upward with an incredible force. Imagine the sensation of falling in a dream, but in reverse. The speed increased until I came to an abrupt stop. Then I heard a voice in my head, "Welcome, Tara. We've been expecting you." As my vision cleared, I realized I was in a breathtaking, crystal-like city. It was unlike anything I could ever describe, more stunning than any fairy tale. The voice spoke again, "Welcome home, Tara. We've been expecting you." I looked around to find the source of the voice. The man I saw wasn't strikingly handsome, but his presence was captivating. He had a warm brown beard, kind brown eyes, and the most radiant smile I'd ever seen. His skin was an olive tone, like someone who spent time in the sun, and he wore a robe with a golden sash around his waist. I couldn't take my eyes off him. It was as if every part of me felt peace and awe at the same time. "You were waiting for me?" I asked, confused. "Yes," the man replied with a calm and reassuring tone. "But why me?" "Tara, you have completed your mission. It's time for you to come home," the voice said gently. Panic began to rise in me. "No, it's not my time. I just had a baby. I remember everything. I need to be there for my baby," I insisted, my voice trembling with urgency. Even though this place filled me with peace, joy, and a complete absence of pain, I knew I had to go back. My children needed me, and nothing, not even this incredible place, was more important than being with them. The man tilted his head slightly, as if puzzled. "Why do you wish to go back so badly?" "I need to be there for my babies," My babies need me, I pleaded, my voice breaking. Please let me go back, I have to. He regarded me thoughtfully before speaking again. You have all of your loved ones here. Are you truly willing to give all of this up? Without hesitation, I answered, I am. A warm smile spread across his face. You are the first soul I have met who begs to go back rather than begs to stay. For a moment, he seemed lost in thought. Finally, he spoke again, his tone serious but kind. Your body is not yet ready for you to return. If you go back now, it will not survive, and you will not have the chance to return. Come, walk with me. He extended his hand, and though I hesitated, I reached out and took it. The moment our hands touched, I felt a wave of love so powerful that, for a moment, I doubted my decision to leave. We walked together through the stunning Crystal City, and as we did, my life began to unfold before my eyes. It was unlike anything I had imagined. This wasn't a video playback or a screen. It was as though I was surrounded by vivid living impressions of my soul's journey, what I now call soul after-images. I saw myself being born, not in a physical sense, but in a divine moment where I was breathed into existence by God. I remembered begging him to send me to Earth, to the parents I had chosen. The memories continued, skipping over the mundane, and I saw the highlights, meeting my husband, falling in love, and the births of our children. Each moment was infused with profound meaning, a reminder of the life I had lived and the love I had given and received. I saw my death again, replaying on the operating table. Watching it from this perspective was overwhelming. Perhaps it's because the soul is so pure here, but by the time my life review ended, I found myself clinging to the man before me, sobbing. It's okay, he said softly, holding me as I cried. This happens to everyone when they re-experience their life through the eyes of my father, he explained. In that moment, it hit me. Of course, I muttered. How did I not realize I was standing with Jesus? Maybe it was my preconceived ideas of what Jesus would look like, or maybe I wasn't as spiritually attuned as I thought I was. Either way, I felt a wave of awe and regret wash over me. My Lord, please forgive me for not recognizing you sooner. Forgive my ignorance, I pleaded. Jesus reassured me with a gentle smile. There's no need for forgiveness, Tara. He then showed me what awaited me when I eventually returned to this place. He gestured toward a home, beautiful and perfect, that his father had prepared for me. The more he revealed, the harder it became to imagine leaving. Everything here radiated love, peace, and perfection. Jesus must have sensed my hesitation because he reminded me with endless kindness that I didn't have to go back if I didn't want to. But deep down, I knew I did. Before sending me back, Jesus showed me glimpses of a possible future, not a certainty, but one potential outcome. He stressed that nothing is set in stone and that free will shapes the world. In 2042, a massive earthquake may strike, splitting the western United States and much of Asia. Parts of California might be swallowed by the sea, and countries like Japan and Korea could be wiped away. This catastrophic event could lead to a series of smaller conflicts over resources, escalating into a global war by 2048. The war, driven by the remaining superpowers, Russia, China, and the United States, might bring humanity close to nuclear devastation before finally ending in 2053. When the vision faded, Jesus turned to me. It is time for you to return, he said. I'm ready, I whispered. The next thing I remember is the sound of the doctor's voice shouting, "Hit her again!" I woke briefly, screaming, then passed out again. I came out of the C-section with 3 broken ribs from the CPR, but I was alive. During my recovery, I kept asking the nurses how long I had been dead. Every time, they'd avoid the question or change the subject. Eventually, I stopped asking. I knew they wouldn't give me a straight answer. What I do know is that I was home, even if only for moments or seconds. I chose to return for my children. Sharing this story with my family hasn't been easy. While some gave me puzzled looks, no one has treated me poorly because of it. Oh, and before I forget, my son made it. Despite being born almost 2 months early, he shows no signs of Down syndrome or any complications. Lee, I know that God is healing you just as he healed my son and gave me the strength to come back. God is good all the time, even when we don't realize it or ask Him to be. Take care, and thank you, Lee and Jen, for reading this and allowing me to share my story. Note from Lee: Thank you, Tara, for opening up and sharing your incredible experience. I'm so glad to hear that your baby boy made it through without any health issues. I also want to mention that your account isn't the first near-death experience I've encountered that references a potential world war. However, it is the first I've read that describes an earthquake so massive it could swallow parts of California, Japan, and the Korean peninsula. It's chilling to think about the potential displacement and chaos that could lead to smaller conflicts and, ultimately, a global war. Lastly, I want to thank you for your prayers. They mean so much to me, especially during this time. That wraps up today's story. What do you think? Are we headed for a new world war? Do you believe an earthquake could cause devastation on such a scale? Share your thoughts in the comments below. As always, stay safe and be blessed.